Hey people, how y'all doing? I know y'all probably wasn't expecting the Winging It Boys to be back, but because I wasn't expecting it either. But apparently today at 1 o'clock while I was at work, Microsoft decides to drop a anniversary celebration. Thank you for not telling nobody. Sandstorm, how y'all doing? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Struggling, but we here. We here. We made it.
All right, Jack, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Just here repping the Kanto region, But
Hey.
Canto for
yeah.
life. Canto for life. That's right. We represent Canto. We boss Canto up in here. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Oh yeah, you got to get a whole bunch of comments. Well, I rep the region, and this is because of this. Like,
Nah,
Yeah,
forget
right.
all that red, blue, yellow gang and
oh
green.
yeah.
But yeah, okay. So Pokemon gangs aside. Let's get into this Xbox celebration. Probably gonna have to turn it down a little bit just so I don't get in trouble. Y'all know how YouTube like to act sometimes.
Yeah, especially recently.
Yeah, so they've been flagging a lot of stuff. So I will say this: I did always like their loading screens because it was always dope.
Mm-hmm.
I had to give them that. Okay, what's up with all these drums, man?
The Duke.
Hey, man, can I be completely honest with y'all?
What's up?
I never liked the first Halo. I was a Halo 2 fan. I liked it when Halo 2 came. I hated Combat Evolved.
Yeah, I never really gravitated towards the first Halo.
Yeah.
The games that you love.
Yeah, I love the art form of video games. I think we tell stories that bring people together, whether it's competing or whether it's cooperative. This is just what gaming should be about.
That's nice. Now tell your fans that.
I got a chance to try that out this weekend.
How was it?
Bought one of these, and xCloud is still touch and go. Even the streaming aspect of it too is still kind of touch and go.
Well, I kind of figured that because they still got to work the kinks out of it because they're using Azure, and Azure just got good for regular stuff. So trying to throw gaming on top of it,
right?
That's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit iffy the first couple of years.
So can I tweet? This is the closest thing we're gonna get to Switch.
Wow.
All that, but don't mean you right, but
if you want to have to deal with all that hate you're gonna get, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My name is Robbie Bach, and I had the privilege of being in charge of Xbox.
Man, I love the CG world he's in right now, man. Can you tell all that beautiful CG?
Yeah, I give it to Microsoft. When they spend some money trying to do a presentation, they really spend some money.
Yeah, you do. And I know Satella's looking at it like, y'all better hurry or something. I ain't paying y'all about an hour.
Right.
Players over the internet at broadband speeds.
Don't read the footnotes.
Built-in hard drive to help games evolve beyond the limitations of discs and cartridges.
Then why y'all still using this?
Dedicated online service to let you play with old and new friends alike, no matter where they are. These were audacious, groundbreaking ideas at the time, but they were also risky. We faced skeptics and doubters. I'll be honest and say inside and outside of Microsoft. We had missteps along the way.
Yeah,
there were lots of challenges.
That's what you do in gaming.
First
it's
Xbox
risk.
out the door in a way that was true to our vision.
I mean, at least they acknowledge it.
Hi, Vicky. How you doing?
I always remember that success was not guaranteed. And it was your passion for what Xbox is that transformed that vision into reality. A vision only comes to life when others share a belief in what's possible. And for that, we are grateful to all of you, our partners, developers around the world.
Can they cut the monologue a little bit? Because I don't care no more about to do monologue. Thank you.
Shea Butter Bay?
Shea Butter. Oh Lord.
What up, Andre?
Microsoft is going to make a game console.
We weren't sure how we were going to do it. The risk was enormous.
I'm going to be honest with you. When I first heard about Xbox, when a friend of mine actually got one, I thought this thing was going to be able to play PC games.
Anything but
preordained. I mean, I can see that. I can see that.
At the same time, we weren't doing anything.
That's funny because when I really heard about Xbox, I think it was actually my brother who was telling me, and he was like, "Yeah, they've been working alongside Sega this whole time, and secretly they've been getting all these ideas and trying to figure out the atmosphere so they could take over. I'm like, what, Sega? That's never gonna happen.
Well, they had to because they never made a console before. So since Sega went out of business, one of the first things Sega did was work with them so they can get capital. Because they were hurting. Remember, Sega was bleeding. You think Square Enix was bad? Sega was worse.
Yeah.
Steve looked at the Xbox
Look at this man
and saw insanity.
Now you see him at every Clipper game acting the fool.
Dude, man, he did this game. I'm like, this dude about to have a stroke. I'm like, y'all got healthcare professionals on site.
He's a cheerleader for real.
Do not let Kawhi them hit a 3. I thought he was gonna choke the lady next to him last other night. When PG hit one. I'm like, this dude.
Doesn't matter what.
Oh yeah, the Xbox Fat controller, that controller.
Yeah, that was what turned me off. The fact that huge mega gigaton controller.
You saw how quick they changed it.
Yeah.
when the S controller came out.
Yeah, that wasn't even what 6 months.
Yeah, the black and white ones were bad too. I don't know why they did that.
What's going on?
Red Ring of Death.
Red Ring of Death.
Microsoft brand is on the line. The Microsoft name's on the line. It's insane to launch a game console. When you're Microsoft, you made freaking Windows in a spreadsheet.
It was chaotic.
Chaos. Total chaos.
Yeah.
Our goal is to
Duh.
continue to innovate across all platforms, bridge the gap between traditional and cloud-based games.
And then sometimes there's
And everybody playing Forza.
We are no longer in the Microsoft playbook.
Yeah, y'all are. Yeah, y'all are.
Oh, that's cool. Give you the whole story, the whole breakdown.
Power on the Story of Xbox is a 6-part documentary series that will release on December 13th across a variety of video platforms. So the project began almost 3 years ago with a simple question. Is there a compelling story behind the history of Xbox?
Of course.
Probably not, but I'm pretty sure y'all gonna make one.
I'm pretty sure like all the inside, like he said, the Red Ring of Death, developing different studios, trying to actually get into the gaming, community and everything. I'm pretty sure like they had to do a lot of convincing, like you were saying, with the main heads of Microsoft.
Xbox players around the world.
I'm pretty sure the bill was all cool, but not everybody was on board.
Oh no, that was a Bill project.
Yeah.
And we're going to relive some of our favorite moments. Here's some words of wisdom from our very own Phil Spencer, and definitely have a little bit.
People forget about Matrick when he was just giving people blank checks.
Thanks, Rock, and it really is an honor to have you here. Believe it or not, I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, I remember when The Rock did this. I remember this.
WWF champion. Not to mention one of the top entertainers in the world.
I was waiting for him to give. I was waiting for him to do one of those catchphrases.
For instance, The Rock knows you're the chairman and chief software architect of the Microsoft Corporation, a leading worldwide provider of software for the personal computer.
Thank you, Rock. I'm very flattered myself.
By creating Windows, the multitasking graphical user interface environment that runs on MS-DOS-based computers, along with Windows NT and Windows 2000, completely self-contained operating systems that feature networking.
And people wonder why The Rock still got it.
Yeah, he's just entertaining, man.
Multi-threading,
no matter what he does.
And security, Bill, you've certainly revolutionized the technology we know today.
Wow.
Off a teleprompter.
Rock, that is
with
impressive.
Sunglasses.
So,
yeah.
For the first time, let me now unveil Xbox.
The only reason why I even got an Xbox because I had a PS2 and it got stolen. And then I just decided to try it. And I've kind of been on Xbox train ever since then.
You wanna know why I got an Xbox, man? To be honest. Jade Empire.
Really?
Yeah, Jade Empire. We was in my apartment in college, and a buddy of mine told me, "Hey, dude," because they knew I love kung fu stuff.
Right.
He was like, "Hey, man, you need to play this." And I'm like, "Man, what the hell you got me playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? Where my credit card at? Because I ain't got no money. Where my credit card at?" Picked it up that day.
I don't know. They didn't even have any games that were enticing to me because honestly, when I got it, my mom was the type of person like she don't buy games. So I bought it just with the money that came from the PS2.
I'm Phil
and
Spencer,
the first game I picked up was, of course, Halo. And then also NCAA March Madness. I think it was the year Carmelo was on
I
the
actually
cover.
joined this company as
Oh,
an
okay,
intern
yeah, that would have
when
been
I was
yeah.
still in
That's
school.
03, yeah, 03
03,
was on the
04,
cover.
yeah.
Xbox was even a concept.
Because I still had
So
my
when I think
Dreamcast,
about 20 years
so
of Xbox
I was still
and what
gaming on my
games mean to
Dreamcast,
all of us,
and
I always come back to the fact
I
that
was a
around the world,
Dead or
gaming
Alive
is
2
all about
head,
people.
and they had 3, but I was
Games
like,
are
I'm not
all
gonna
about
buy a
real
console for
people
one game.
coming
Right.
together
And
to
that's
create
when my boys
experiences
had me
and
playing Jade Empire,
relationships
and I'm like,
that
yeah, I'm
cross
gonna go get this
geographies
and 3
cultures and age
and
and
Halo.
all the things that
Yeah, I played Jade Empire later down the line, but I think the
Personally,
real big
I've
thing
been
for me
fortunate to
was
see
that
that
when
power
NFL
being
2K5
used to connect
drops,
people in a
I
few
still
ways.
like my friend had a PlayStation
At
2,
work,
and we both had
that's part
NFL
of my
2K5,
job
but
is
on
spending
PlayStation
time
2,
with the
you just got like
ridiculously talented
screenshots
teams
of like the
here at
halftime show,
Xbox
but on
and
Xbox
across our
it did the
industry.
full thing, yeah.
full
Game
thing, and I was like,
creators
yeah.
around the
Then he was like,
world
oh, I gotta go
are
get me
at
an
the
Xbox just for
forefront
this.
of the world's most exciting art form.
NFL
But the
2K5,
reality is that
the
as
biggest
an industry,
FU to
none of our
another
work comes
company,
to
to a
life
rival company.
until it's
It's still
enjoyed
the best
by our
football
players.
game.
Yeah, ever.
You, the global
First off,
gaming community, are a powerful
Vicarious Vision
force,
said, you know what,
and it is you
EA,
who made our
not only gonna make a
passion
better
as
game to you, we're
popular
gonna
and
make it for
important as it
$20.
is today. Pretty much
Spit in the
every day
face.
when I'm off work, I'm
in
on
their
Xbox.
face.
I'm chatting with friends. We're driving Jeeps off cliffs in Forza. I'm trying new games in Game Pass. This is where
And
we
playing
live,
Smash Brothers, because
and
you know
we've
you do.
all seen how important and
Mhm.
real those human relationships can be, especially in the face of real-life adversity. So when I think about 20 years of Xbox, I think about you, our community, and our creators. And I want you to know
Okay,
that
what did I
I'm
miss?
dedicated, Team Xbox
Just
is
Phil
dedicated,
talking. He just
and
Phil
this
Okay.
just
company
waxing poetic.
is dedicated to continuing to invest, listen, and learn as we build the best.
I actually want to meet Phil like in person. Just have like a
anywhere
He
on
seemed
10,
like a cool
15-minute
dude.
call. Yeah.
He seems like a cool
At
dude.
Xbox,
I just want
we're
to
on a
see
mission to
if
bring
he
the
really is
joy
dope
and
as
community of
in Smash
gaming
as they
to
say he
everyone.
is.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to see.
That you've joined us
You know,
for the last 20
usually I
years,
test
and we
people.
can't
I test
wait to
people
build
on
the future
how dope they
together.
are. I always start off with
So
my
thank you,
my third
and see
go-to,
you online.
and then I work my way down. Like, okay, you okay? I'll move down to the second one. But if you can't beat the second one, then you ain't getting my best.
Like 3 years ago on Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
So over the next year, he quickly became one of our best friends.
We're meeting for the first time.
But of course, it was.
I've never tried to do this. I know people that have done this, and it's worked out pretty good. Because I had a friend of mine, because I'm from Alabama. He met somebody that he used to game with all the way in Minnesota, and now he lives in Minnesota. Like, yeah, it's a thing.
Man, that's weird.
Yeah, that's real nice, man. I'm glad that you know people are actually able to do that. I'm too scared to do that. But yeah.
Well, okay. I will say this: if it was like some sort of E3 something or other, you know what I mean, and like if I had an extra ticket, I'd be like, "Yo, Jack, y'all want to? I got this extra ticket. All you gotta do is just meet me up there, and we can go ahead and hit this together." Like I could see that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Then we've got a lot of witnesses. I mean,
Yeah,
people that
you know what I mean. Like I need a like an actual face. Like I need to actually know, like if I'm gaming, like I need to know you in some sort of capacity, or like your people got to know my people, and then like you know what I'm saying. But if it's somebody who like came from Texas or anywhere like that, and was like, hey, I'm in your city, I'll be like, good for you.
Congratulations.
Like, why are you telling me that? Because you ain't coming over here.
That's right.
You know who all these people are? They're all the people who was cheering and yelling at one E3 when everybody else was quiet.
Your time and money in, and the games you want to continue to be played will be playable natively on your Xbox One.
Oh yeah, this has to be 2013 then. That has to be the 2013
more
one.
games to join our backward compatibility catalog, from the biggest blockbusters to cult classics. And we listened. Today we are
Ooh,
celebrating
one of my favorite games right in front, Jedi Outcast.
original Xbox and Xbox 360 games to our backward compatibility catalog. The entire Max Payne series is now playable on Xbox
Oh
Series
snap,
S,
Max Payne.
Series S, and
That movie
Xbox One
screwed that
consoles
series
for the
over.
very
Yeah, it did.
The entire Fear franchise can now be
Know
playable on our
how silent they went after that.
games like
Yeah.
Dead or Alive Ultimate, and Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Oh my goodness.
Again,
That
playable
game made for me, that made lightsaber games for me.
better than ever
Well, the first one or the second one? Because I'm
The
trying to figure
second
out which
one.
one I should get.
The second one. Yeah, Jedi Outcast is really good, but my favorite one is the third one because you get to create your own person.
Like the Gears of War franchise.
Because I am playing Knights of the Old Republic again because I never beat it.
And Sonic Generation.
So
that's good.
At Xbox, we
now
are
I'm finally
committed
gonna
to
beat it.
preserving the games that you love.
Yeah,
and
Jedi
with
Outcast
the
is
latest
that's a real good
while
one.
staying true to the original creator's vision. What better way to celebrate the past 20 years than by playing the iconic games that helped define it? Thank you for being with us on
Hunter the
every step of
Reckoning
this
Redeemer?
journey.
No Hunter the Reckoning? Okay.
I saw they had put up a post saying that there was just some they wanted to do, but they couldn't do to license issues.
Yeah, because some of that stuff, there's no way in the world.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And every game that people were listing, I was like, I can literally look at the game and tell you why it's not there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Dead or Alive, I expect them to get Dead or Alive because
Stop lying. They ain't selling them like that in Japan.
Not in Japan. Not in Japan.
They showed you who showed up. They didn't show a whole bunch of them.
They didn't show you the rest of the store.
Nah.
Marcus Phoenix.
Whatever. I mean, did Project Gotham get transformed into Forza, or was it just something totally different?
I don't know. I don't know the
I
story.
completely forgot about Project Gotham.
It comes up a lot, but I just I remember having fun with the game. But it is slightly different from Forza for sure. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I always felt like that was the transformation, but who knows?
Okay, this is not a bad sizzle reel.
Man, I miss Fable so much.
So does everybody else.
I know, right? The new one will be out in 2022. I mean 2027. My bad.
No. 2030. You mean 2037?
That's right.
Yeah. Only on PC.
All right, Xbox fans.
The People's Champ. I would never call you Dwayne.
It's been 20 years since I stood on that CES stage in Las Vegas.
And you've gotten bigger, which is weird.
Right. Xbox. Now, of course, I nailed all the cool buzzwords.
LaRock's here to say that can't be farther from the truth.
Symmetric multi-processing, completely self-contained operating system. And how about that look? I mean, the outfit, the glasses. Who wears glasses inside? And I even had hair.
Keanu Reeves.
Those were the days, the good old days. Now, thank the Lord, I left the fanny pack in my closet.
Hey.
All right, well, I had a chance to watch Red Notice on Netflix over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I got to watch
We
that.
built a kick-ass vault inspired by the film with some amazing treasures and artifacts from Xbox over the last 20 years. Now, look, the co-stars Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, being the master thieves that they are hell-bent on getting into the vault and getting their hands on these artifacts themselves. So I need your help. I need you to break into the Xbox vault yourself by heading over to the site below. Now, I'm excited to tell you we got hundreds and hundreds of amazing prizes, including an oil painting of yours truly from that moment.
Wow.
The glasses, the hair, the whole thing is there. And custom Xbox Red Notice hardware, Game Pass collector's cards. We got hundreds and hundreds of them for you guys. And last but not least, 3 Cleopatra eggs, just like the ones in Red Notice. All right, it's time for me to go and hit the Iron Paradise and show Master Chief what real guns look like.
You never see.
How the hell did he get bigger?
Enjoy the rest of the day.
I know he's Samoan and everything, but how did that happen?
That works.
I need his work ethic.
Yeah, his work ethic is disgusting, bro.
Now I've seen his workout. His workout is actually not, but you can't have a job and have a normal job and do his workout. There's no way.
Right.
There's no way. You can't have no 9 to 5 talking about you gonna do the Rock's workout.
Nah, not even close.
All right, I think I'm gonna be going to bed now.
Oh, I know that life. I think that's the main reason why I stopped playing Halo for a while.
Because you playing it too much.
Yeah, get popped on the other side. I was never a rage quitter, but I think that was the start of my lulls. Yep, that life right there. And I'm out. Okay.
Please welcome Keanu Reeves.
boy.
Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, I remember that.
The feeling of walking the streets.
That's probably even showing this.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't show. I probably would not have shown this. But it's Keanu. Everybody loves Keanu.
Right.
You can show him in some other lights, but not this.
I would not show him with Cyberpunk, but I just would.
No, not even close.
Not with all the problems they had on that console. No.
You're breathtaking.
From all walks of life, from all over the world together.
Todo puede ser real en un juego.
Oh yeah, because the whole Mexico thing being in Forza now.
Man, if I didn't have a PC, and I guess it doesn't matter because Xbox is there, I probably would have slid over to the Xbox side this generation. They've been slowly like working that envelope on trying to master what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean that's how you're supposed to do it though.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know where or what happened with Sony where they just felt the need that they had to play catch up in every single direction. Really, what Sony should have did is what Nintendo did. Get your home country.
Yeah.
Make sure that was held down before.
And keep your mascots because they had them.
Mm-hmm.
They had them. They just let them lapse and go.
My thing with Sony, and this is just from my observation, it's like they didn't have an identity, and then they just kind of gravitated to whatever people were interested in.
Yeah.
So while they seemed like in the beginning they were going towards the Nintendo route, just with better graphics, but then they slowly start creeping towards Xbox, and it's like you can't do both.
Yeah,
they were doing that power game.
Well, the thing is, you ain't got Microsoft money.
No, not even.
They don't have Microsoft money, and they when you're trying to play keep up with the Joneses, that ain't gonna work. Not with Microsoft. Not with the bank that Microsoft got.
Now it's making me wonder, like, what are they gonna do next time around? Like, Microsoft already has their footprint already set in, so they know where they're gonna go next. It's like Sony's like just sending the ninjas out. Like, what are they talking about? What are they doing?
But that's what
it feels like.
Yeah,
it feels like.
Because I mean, I still can't think of an original thing with Sony.
No.
So I mean, even when you look at because I did a video a while back of you can clearly see the direction of everybody but Sony. Sony doesn't have a clear-cut direction because it's not like okay, well they can rest on their franchises because after a generation or two they disappear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, they had so many. When you think about it, they didn't really have that much. It's just they had a lot of third parties that stayed exclusive. And then I think with PS2 and PS3 were probably like their biggest exclusive lineup, but then they're gone by 4. So,
the big one they lost was Square.
That's an interesting thing you said because now that I think about it, Sony is the only one who hasn't really like legacied their history. Like Xbox, obviously they're doing it backwards compatibility all the way from the OG, and Nintendo is already bringing out their, as much as people hate expansion, like that's still legacy plus the Nintendo plus the Super Nintendo, but like Sony really doesn't have that kind of platform.
What's their oldest franchise that's still going?
To bringing those
Ratchet,
incredible games
I think that's
on
the planet.
Yeah,
possibly Gran Turismo.
Yeah, it's out of either Ratchet or Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
everything else because Spyro's gone.
No Crash.
Yeah, no Crash. So yeah, I mean,
the most affordable and powerful.
Yeah, so I mean, Wipeout, that's gone from the PS2.
Metal Gear, that's
they
not
used that
there.
Ridge Racer for a minute, but then that's gone.
Ridge Racer.
Sony's just Sony, but they still have the popular vote. And I mean, we understand why, because they were kind of the first out the gates behind Nintendo with I'm now an adult gamer type thing. But yeah, I don't know what Sony's going to do. I mean, kind of the writing's on the wall with the PC, but
right,
it's like just a company. I mean, I don't know what you do.
Thank you for being the core of what makes
Luckily, they got Spider-Man still attached.
Yeah,
for the moment.
For the moment,
yeah. I think that deal comes back up in 2023 or 2024.
Yeah, I mean the PS5 will still be around. So
Oh yeah, they are doing this on Paramount Plus. That was a bad decision.
What are they doing? They got something on Paramount Plus?
They're going back to the Halo. Remember how they did Nightfall on theirs? Now they're going back to Halo, a live action, but it's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Hello, Master Chief.
I don't know. Paramount must have some dough because they've been pulling a lot of
CBS.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
CBS. Yeah.
You know, I think to be honest with you, would have made it a good comeback for this. Would have been Fable for that.
Able to work and play in this
Make
incredible
a
sci-fi universe.
make an animated Fable series or something.
Star Wars. Halo is a universe where
I
hundreds
just
of
don't know
stories
if
can be
Paramount Plus is well. You know what? Paramount Plus can pull it
experiences
off.
can be shared.
CBS can pull it off because CBS will put the money
years
to
ago
it.
as the
They'll put
defining
the money to it.
experience for
They ain't gonna
Xbox.
not do it.
Right.
Thanks to you, it's now a global pop culture phenomenon.
They just don't need to do what they did with
Whether it's
Nightfall.
the highly
Because
anticipated
Nightfall, they couldn't
Halo
make up their mind what they wanted to be.
coming to Paramount Plus next
So
year,
is this
I feel bad for Mike Colton.
that live action teaser.
So is this going to be a movie?
No, it's gonna be a series.
A series?
Yeah, it's gonna be like it's like a TV show.
Do you feel okay with it being a series?
Better than being a movie because like the problem is you're trying to get the
whole
that's
story.
not that's not gamers. You're trying to
Right.
bring them into it.
Okay.
Everyone that has
We know the story,
Right.
but
anyone
you got to bring other people in too.
I can see that.
game is
I get that.
an epic campaign and a deeply rewarding
I just don't know. Like, I could probably sit down and watch this as a series. I just don't know if I could. Like, my wife would sit down and be like, "Let's watch the next episode of Halo." You know what I mean?
If they do, if the story is written well, Nightfall, the first two episodes of Nightfall was actually
in a
good,
very special way.
but
Enjoy.
they kept trying to do aliens, and they should have did that. So it made the story uneven. If they can just stick to what they're going to do and stick to it, then it'll be fine because the lore is there for it to work.
Right.
As a live action. This is probably one of the few that I would say would work as a live action because I don't think Metroid will work as a live action, in my opinion.
No.
This one
There's too much going on for Metroid.
This one I think can work as a live action because it's so heavy on the actual war and the different characters and the different motivations. So you got so much you can work with. Now, the thing is, I don't know how much they're gonna spend on that CG because they're gonna have to spend.
Right. Right.
Because she got to be CG. All the aliens got to be CG. So, because the Nightfall had a couple of elites in there, but they didn't look all that good.
I mean, the whole world doesn't have to be CG, but it has to be on the.
Have to,
yeah.
And especially nowadays, because people you kind of have to do it because you want to try to keep the feel of the game without it actually being the game.
The Halo ring would probably have to be obviously.
That's gonna have to be
CG. Yeah.
Well, especially the outer shots, you're gonna have to show it. You have to show it. Oh, look, it's butt naked Katana.
It's crazy. It's crazy too that they've managed to keep their own mascots. What Halo was since the beginning, and Gears of War has been since 360. That's two other. Yep.
Fable's still around, I guess. Like I said, I don't know. I want to see the Project Gotham Forza thing, but I mean they've always been in the racing talks. They could bring some back. I mean, we were talking about Jade Empire.
Yeah. So they still own, from what I understand, they still own the license to that.
Yeah. Perfect Dark is coming back.
Yeah. Which that should have been, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Right.
I don't count Zero.
So I mean, they really. I mean, when you talk about from the original, they could still have some holding up right now.
Hello, community, from all of us at 343 Industries.
Now, did Black and White come out on Xbox, or was that solely a PC game? Because I
want to say that was PC.
Okay, because I know it was who Lionhead, who was
Well, you know what? We can just ask Andre. Andre,
We wanted to do something special.
We just need a little bit of a confirmation. I don't know.
Creative director for Halo Infinite multiplayer. Tom.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah, because I remember that. Hey, I'm digging that beard. I'm digging that beard.
Right now, you can download and start playing.
Now all he got to do is just wet it down. Just wet it down so that it just hangs.
I can't have a beard like that because I'll braid it.
This is the kickoff.
That's what. Hey, that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to just twist it all the way down.
You don't see it.
Yep. Put a nice little beretta at the end of it. Let it hang. Perfect. Norwegian style. Norwegian style.
So you on that?
Okay, so they got the multiplayer. All right.
Yeah, I already got mine downloading.
Oh yeah, I need to do that too. I need to make sure I do that.
The beauty of downloading from a phone, I ain't have to go downstairs at all.
Mm-hmm.
I am so looking forward to this.
This will actually, real talk, this will be the first Halo I've played since 3, I want to say. Yeah.
Usually that's what people say. They usually play since 3.
Yeah, because I turned on 5, but like that, I turned it
Oh
on.
dang, that's messed up.
Yeah.
I actually like 5 story. I know I'm in the minority for that, but I actually like 5 stories. Actually, I thought it worked.
I looked at 4 and was like, it looks prettier, but it ain't enough.
Right.
Yeah, 4 was a weird one for me, but I actually, because I think at the time, like most people liked Reach more than like 4.
That's the one that doesn't have Master Chief in it, right? Is that Reach the one with the 3?
I think he shows up at the end.
Okay.
Or was that ODST?
No, that's that's ODST.
Yeah.
That's not Reach. Yeah.
I wonder if my son will get into this because he's real big into shooters.
My son would if I would let him. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I never played a Halo game."
But you want to still be alive and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, man, I'm so tired of this boy playing bro games. It irritates me to death. Like for the last year, he's been asking me to play some Far Cry, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, just go play some Far Cry, and that's all he plays. And I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have let him do that.
That's what my son is like. All he plays is damn Apex. Like I'm so tired of playing. He's like, "Dad, you want to play Apex?" I'm like, "No, I don't
No, there's so many better games in life."
Hey, you got all these other games you can play, and you choose Apex. I said, "All right, brother."
Hey, man, Apex is where it's at.
He's like, my son's like, "Dad, like, how come you just don't play shooters, all these shooters or whatever?" I'm like, I like to play these other games. And he's like, but you really play them by yourself. I'm like, that's the point. I don't have to worry about anybody else except for me and my skills. Like if I want to play somebody else, then I'll play somebody else. See me in Smash. Come see me in Smash. Outside of that, let me be in my own world. That's daddy's cool down time.
Right. And that's why I told my son, I said, you'll learn when you tired of dealing with people.
When you get tired of when you don't work all day and you just want to relax, and just chill out. So overall, that wasn't too bad. I'm not watching a documentary because I don't care. But but yeah, that wasn't too bad. I mean, nice for a little 20th anniversary. Nice for the confirmation of the little Halo Season 1 multiplayer that most people probably still gonna be mad about. I'm not gonna care.
Yep.
Either way, like that they confirmed some more stuff from the OG stuff coming for backward compatibility. Funny how people used to hate backward compatibility, but they love it now. I'm not gonna say who.
Nobody needs backwards compatibility. I like playing new games. I don't like playing new games.
Now they hurting because ain't nothing coming out that they want to play because there's plenty of games out there.
Yeah, there's plenty of games out. Yeah.
Funny them people was holding on to their games the whole time, waiting for that backwards compatibility
to hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't bad. That really wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad at all.
Short and to the point.
I like the fact that they just showed they really kind of showed off everything that they, the legacy. Really. Did they sneak some Fable in there? Did we see a little bit of Fable in there?
It wasn't. I think I thought it was in the sizzle reel, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. Like, it's coming. They've been talking about it and stuff like that. But it's still cool that they kind of just showed off, the legacy as a whole and their systems and stuff like that. Kind of talking about how they really started the whole Xbox brand in the first place, and it's been going since then. I think that's really cool. Just to give homage to where you started at. With that being said, y'all also the people who started getting that capital on our online play, and it ain't never been back the way it should been ever since. And I'm not happy.
And they don't. And once again, Microsoft don't care because Microsoft rich.
Microsoft make that money anyway.
Yeah, Microsoft out here pimping.
They're like, either we could tax you or we could tax your internet provider. Pick one.
Which one do you want? It can either come from you or your ISP. Trust me, I'm gonna get my money.
Look, and they go, and your provider will be like, "Look, we know y'all playing on your Xbox, so we kind of gotta tax you for it."
Microsoft show up with a big green brim hat. We don't on platform shoes with the fish in it.
Told you what was gonna happen.
Now where my money? I'm gonna need my money. Look like a 1970s pimp with a perm. So
right.
But yeah. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where they go forward with it, because once again, if I'm Microsoft, I will probably try to save money and not do another console, just put everything in the PC, to be honest. I'll let Series X and S be my final hurrah until there's something where I have to do a console. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why they set this one up like they did.
Yeah.
This one seems like it's as future proof as you possibly can be.
Yeah.
So
at least for about a good 5-10 years at least.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the action, because if there's something else that comes out, that's why they call it the series. And then I don't really think it's just those two. I can ultimately seeing them, because Game Pass is like the closest thing that we have to like Netflix. I can really see them trying to pull, what was that Sony did? And it never really kicked off. Hooked up to the TV, and it was like kind of a service in itself, but you could only like really play select few Vita games, and I can't remember what. Yeah. So and just have like a set little box, you know what I mean, that sits under the TV that really just accesses your account and silly stuff like that, along the sides of a Roku or something.
I'm surprised that they didn't do it already with their partnership with Samsung, because Samsung is doing a lot of advertising for Game Pass and cloud, but with their TVs being in such an abundance, might as well find a way to have Game Pass and cloud stream through the TV.
Right.
I think it's because they still trying to like get some capital off of console, some of it off of it anyway.
It's always like options. So if you look at Roku at this point, you get the Roku stick. You can even go as big as, which I didn't even know they had. It's like a Roku sound bar, but but then also too, you have these TCL and these Hisense TVs that have Roku built into it.
Well, a lot of them now it's Roku, Chrome, because mine has Chromecast built in. Apple TV has some built in on I think it's LG, and I think Vizio has one too.
I'm gonna say LG has it.
Yeah. So it's a lot of them doing it. So I can see where you're coming from with that, because if Google was smart, they would deal with Stadia, but there's a lot of stuff Google messed up with Stadia. We ain't gonna get in that. But I can see that happening like on down the line though.
Right.
Because once again, I think like the best thing Phil and the Xbox team has done has been the introduction of Game Pass, because we both know, everybody know that if you've been following Microsoft, you know Satello's like, let me get one more quarterly back and then we in the red. I dare you. I do a dog dare you. You think I ain't about that life?
Shut all this shit down. But I like the direction that they're going, and I tell people, I kind of put this on the same par as the PS3. That was the time Sony was starting to get their franchises together, and Uncharted and things like that. So it's one of those things of let them get their footing. When we saw those with the requirements of all those different studios, people wanted games that day. I'm like,
and it don't work like that.
It don't work.
It's not work
Granted,
like that.
I hate the fact that they did show what was it, Hellblade so early, which I mean that's fine. I guess to kind of give some type of footing, but I mean they'll have the games out, and this is going to be a very long generation. I mean, we've said it before; they shouldn't have been out already, as far as the systems go. But I mean, it's going to be a very long generation. It's going to give Microsoft time to not only get those games out, but to see sequels on some of those games too.
I think it's go ahead.
Well, that's the other thing. I think from now on, we're probably gonna have to stop thinking in terms of 5-year generations. I think we need to start thinking in terms of like 10 years.
I would say Microsoft. I think Nintendo and Microsoft are going to stretch these out and turn into
I think
type thing.
To be honest with you, I think this will be probably Nintendo's first. I'm gonna say 7 years, but technically it's gonna be 6 years. Like how they did with the Wii U was like 5 years, but like it was just a couple months short of like 5 years. But I feel like for Microsoft and Sony, I feel like this is probably going to be and people thought that the 7th generation was long.
Yeah,
like
this gonna be long.
It is. I think it's going to be a good 7-8 years of you gonna see and you gonna get what you get, and that. But I think the good thing on that is that because we are really in the law of diminished returns, we're not gonna see the systems plateau that fast. Well, I won't say that. I'll say developers are really going to be on these systems to the point where they will probably be like, we can sit on these systems forever, kind of throw out that cap. And
then
then
a smart thing for them to do anyway, because give them time to learn it. And they can't, because now gamers are getting to the point where you can't use that excuse of, we just need more power. We just need more power.
Right.
People are finally realizing y'all been lying to us since the 7th gen. Like work on your game. Work on your game. Just stop lying.
And it makes me wonder if Nintendo's going to come out with something. Let's say in the next, let's say 2.5 years. I feel like that's a little comfortable. Maybe 3, but let's say 2.5 years. And it's something. It doesn't matter if it's a Switch 2. It don't matter if it's a traditional console. At this point, anything that they come out with, the architecture of the CPU is either going to be on par or that of beyond what the Xbox and Sony do. What's going to happen when Nintendo has the newest system out again and it's sitting on, and they're going to be sitting for that long, and we not rushing to get new systems?
If I'm Microsoft, I don't care.
Yeah, Microsoft.
That's Microsoft.
I don't care.
That's the thing. Microsoft is in the best position for that, because like even if they did come with new architecture, we've been talking about it for a little while. It's like Nintendo and Microsoft. They got something. Yeah, they got something going on. They got some real friendship going on. So even if you dump some sort of Game Pass or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like Microsoft, Microsoft would be like, and we get it.
Honestly, they could do that. Even if Microsoft and Nintendo don't go that route, I think Nintendo's going the path of cell phones at this point. Of hey, every 2-3 years we'll drop something new. I mean, if Apple can get away with giving you a brand new camera, hell, we can get away with giving you an OLED screen, or we can give you a faster CPU, or just to gradually increase it and keep that model in your head, so that way you know what it is when you're picking it up. Because I mean, I'll be the first to tell you. I mean, as much as I deal in phones, you can put 2 iPhones together and rarely tell the difference.
Right.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
Same thing with the Apple Watches.
Yeah. Especially like nowadays, man, them things are dropping like every year and a half. It is very minimal difference. Most time it's in the camera or
all you gotta do. But all you gotta do, because like when me working at Best Buy, you take the old one, get them off the display, put the new one up there, and then like come in and do their comparisons. And even though they look the same, and they look, hey, this, that, but let them do that, and then say, hey, this is what you can purchase. If you want to purchase that other stuff, go to our website or go to Amazon or whoever to get the older stuff. But this is the new product, so that way you're not confused. Like the media likes to tell you, it's hard to differ between the two.
Yeah, which is bull.
They definitely love to run that.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, that was fun.
Good job, Microsoft. Good job.
Looking forward to trying Halo, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure I go in and get mine taken care of, get that all squared away, because December 8th I'm gonna be on it. So I'm gonna be jumping in that campaign. So yeah. So peeps, let us know your thoughts. What was your first Xbox game? Did you like OG Xbox?
What was your first?
None?
Yeah, what was your first?
Mine was Jade Empire.
Okay.
Mine was Halo.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even say Halo. I would say the demo of Fusion Frenzy was my first one because I didn't have a game at the time when I got my console. Then I ended up getting Halo and March Madness.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What was my first? It wasn't Halo. Does Blue Dragon count as the as that?
Yeah,
I think that
it was in the launch window. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my first, man.
Wow. And that was actually
exclusive.
a good game.
Yeah,
that was actually a good game.
That's another one.
The anime was stupid, but the game was actually good.
That made absolutely no sense.
But the anime made no sense.
You can imagine Microsoft says, "Hey, look, Blue Dragon now is back as a series and is Microsoft exclusive."
Yo, I would melt to the floor.
Back. They need to bring Toriyama back for it, but Toriyama got his hands full right now.
Well, I mean, I would say Toriyama is kind of side ear hustling right now when it comes down to Dragon Ball. But I mean, he could do it as far as character.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like the stuff he's doing. I'm like, he can do it. He can he can do it.
Yeah.
So because he got
somebody.
But yeah, he is. I ain't gonna lie, because Toriyama then. Ever since Fox pissed him off with that live action movie, he been like, never again. He like, never again.
Right. Because I know he's involved with the movie, but Torio Taro is pretty much the main for Super.
Yeah.
But with the movie, I'm pretty sure he's involved with Heroes.
That's his, because I think he helps write.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why I like him and Torio Taro working together on it on Super, just because I would not want to do it without his blessing anyway. Because
right.
It's his stuff. Because that's what happens when you that's what happens when you get because you get GT.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though he signed up on some of the designs, but other than that, the story, he let them run with that.
Yeah. GT was a mess.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I kind of like what they did, what they doing with Super. So I can see him if they wanted to, they could have had. They should have had that, and we already know about the Rare situation. I'm like, y'all got all them games from Rare, and you ain't do
nothing.
But then again, Phil wasn't running stuff.
Right.
I have faith that Phil will probably look at that and be like, okay, look, we can probably get some out of this Jeff West Gemini and some of this other stuff. But don't ever do what y'all did with Battletoads ever again.
Yeah, they got to find other teams to do those games because I don't think Microsoft has a team in house to handle games like that.
No, they don't. Not really. So. All right, peeps, we're going to leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Leave a like, all that other good stuff. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wingin' It Podcast. We will be doing our annual gift episode. So we're going to be doing gift ideas for the gamers that you want to buy something for the holidays. So please join us on that Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.